The half moon is one of my favorite postures because it gives us access to something that we don't typically do in any other form of massage really, and that's lateral flexion of the spine. So I want, yeah, exactly. So I want to have a blanket or a towel over my leg. That's going to create a really nice cushion for us. And I'm going to come into an archer stance, and I want my archer around the side and up against Joe's side. The higher my knee, the more support I give to the torso, which is a good place to start. The lower I bring my knee, the more lateral flexion we have, and thus more intensity. When the hands have feeling again, we'll interlace once again behind the head. I want to make sure I'm stable and set up because I am going to be receiving her weight to the side. Take a nice deep breath in. And then with my hands, I just encourage her over onto my thigh. And if I'm positioned well, it's not a huge amount of weight for me to juggle, okay? Then one hand comes to the top elbow and the other hand comes to the QL on the opposite, on the stretched side. And we just provide a nice little bit of pressure there. If your elbow is bent, like mine is, try to tuck it into your side as you're doing this so that when you lean, it's providing the pressure that you need just from your lean. It's really nice to keep people here for a good minute or so, because what's going to happen is as they settle in, they're going to get more and more space. Remembering that this too is a bit of an unfamiliar stretch for a lot of people. You've also got a few options here. So you can palm the low back, and I'll take you through all of these little variations. You can palm the low back. If this leg is coming up a little bit, it's not so much with Joe, but you can still do it. You can bring your hand down onto the thigh and add a little bit more grounding force there. That'll increase the amount of stretch sensation in the side and help to stabilize the pelvis a little bit more. If someone's really bendy, you might end up having their elbow back towards you further and your arm sort of coming around the front of theirs. But I'm not going to do that for Jo because she's getting just plenty stretch here. Okay. And then you can also, using the more fleshy part of your forearm, which is something again that we don't typically do, you can actually create some little circles on the ribs with the muscles of your forearm. You're sort of just taking a grip of that connective tissue and circling it around, almost like your smirkles with your fingertips, except you're just doing it with your forearm. We've been here for a little bit now, so I'm going to sweep that out. Feeling okay?
Yeah, that's nice.
Good.
I like it.
Good. We'll sweep that out.
It's a good tickling position as well.
It is a good tickling position if you'd like to do that. To come out, it might seem that you need to haul them out. You don't. Don't haul anybody out of this, please, because remember, in a deep stretch, we want to give them that space back slowly. So all we do, take the hands to their elbows, and you just come up and out of your stance slowly. They barely need to do anything.
I didn't do anything.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
That's the way. And then we'll get set up on the other side. Do you need a moment with your hands down?
No.
You're good?
Mm-hmm.
Get set up on the other side. We want contact. Don't leave any space between your archer leg and their side. Take a deep breath in. And then as the breath goes out, we come over to the side. Oh yeah. This one's going to take a little bit longer. That's fine. Just a supportive hand at the elbow. And then we can just do some light applications of pressure here in the lumbar region. It's going to encourage a little bit more stretch through the QL. The latissimus dorsi is also getting a really nice stretch here. Same with the intercostals on the sides. Same with the serratus anterior. You can go for your little circles, your little smirkles with your forearm. This one's not about sinking into the musculature because there's not a huge amount of depth here. that you can get into. What it is, it's about moving the connective tissues, almost like a little bit of a fascial pull, introducing some shear force here in between the layers of connective tissue. If you feel like they have more space now that they've been here for a little while, what you can do is you can very slowly lower your knee just a little bit more without changing the setup of your stance. If you bring your knee a little bit closer to the floor, that'll enhance the stretch for them. And we've also got the option to bring your hand to the thigh and apply a little bit of weight there. Doing okay?
Yeah, like it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
With any of these ones where the hands are interlaced behind the head, just keep in mind that the hands do tend to, for a lot of people, go tingly and a little bit sleepy. So what that'll mean is in between these postures, sometimes you'll integrate something where the hands get a moment to be rested so that there's no discomfort associated with that. A little sweep to come out. Remember, hands to the elbows, but you're not lifting or hauling from there. All you do is you come up from your stance, from your archer stance, and then we'll gently bring the elbows down